Good. How we doing? How we doing? Little opening statement of the press conference here. So I'm sure there's some speculation about the quarterback role this week and who's going to start and all that. Um, we found ourselves in this situation a few times before over the last 3 years, haven't we? I'm in a unique situation here on Tuesday afternoon where I like to make sure I don't break any sort of official news before Coach Shane Steichen can get to you guys what he wants to get to you guys. So any sort of speculation about who would be starting at quarterback this week, I'm just going to defer to Shane. That'll be the standard issue sort of way we go about it today. Thanks.
Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Jim Bob, where have you seen Riley make the biggest growth? I know maybe the game reps outside of the Jacksonville game haven't been, totally there for him, but where have you seen him make the biggest growth since April?
Yeah, you know what? It's been sort of one off-season phase at a time through training camp, through preseason games. I would say there was quite a bit of growth just within those preseason games. If you looked at the Baltimore game all the way up through the Cincinnati game, the comfort within the offense, the sort of managing the huddle, managing the line of scrimmage, managing communicating with his players, with his receivers, if he had to change something or communicate something. Um, shoot, even for a young quarterback, it's as simple as making sure you're on the same page with the official when you're starting the next drive or when you're coming out of a TV timeout. Those are things all young quarterbacks have to learn. Riley got better at a lot of that. And the better you are at some of those procedural things, the less you have to worry about it, the more you can just go play football, which is what he likes to do and what he's good at, what he's done so well while we drafted him, while we're excited about him. So he's done a nice job of preparing to get better within the role that he's been asked to have each week. Like I said, through the offseason, through training camp, all that stuff. He comes into the office. He puts in a great day's work. He takes a ton of notes. He's got a certain sort of way he reminds himself or quizzes himself on those notes. And, shoot, when he gets his opportunity out there, whether it's a practice or a walkthrough or a game or whatever it's been, he wants to make sure that he's prepared so that his teammates can count on him and he can go execute his role. And he's done a nice job of that.
How much will be a focus from this offseason just delivering from the pocket at a Sunday level? Obviously the Notre Dame offense probably looks a little different than what most quarterbacks run in the NFL.
I think we'll work with a ton of our guys going from year one to year two. The introductory year when you draft a guy, shoot, it gets tough to massively overhaul anything or really work in an extreme manner on any sort of technique type of thing because they're just getting used to the NFL, getting used to the playbook and all that stuff. So from year one to year two is a really, really big growth opportunity for all players in the NFL. We'll have things that we want them to work on, and they're going to have things they want to work on. And guys oftentimes get a whole lot better between years one and year two because they're able to really focus in. They know sort of what building they're in, what playbook they're running, where they live, and all that stuff. They're able to really focus on their craft, focus on their profession. I think Riley, as well as several of our other sort of young players, year one guys, rookie guys going into year two, are primed and ready to have a great offseason when that time comes. We're still in season. We're still playing ball right now. But yeah, it'll be a big offseason for everybody.
James.
Hey Jim Bob, I know the decision will come tomorrow officially on Riley, but what do you think he was able to learn with Philip Rivers in there? I know Philip was obviously trying to win games, but just from that aspect, I know they had a relationship before that, but just seeing it every day up close.
Yeah, I think we all learned a lot listening to Philip talk about football and talk through his reads and progressions and thoughts and how to attack a defense. Riley having a certain background that he has with Philip, I think has made the communication pretty clean within those two guys. And Riley's really had a great opportunity this year to sit in a quarterback room with multiple guys who are looking at the game different ways and have had different successes in their careers and different successes this year. So Riley's getting another valuable viewpoint in how to play NFL quarterback. It's a young quarterback's dream to sit in there. Listen to Philip Rivers talk about a certain pass play. Maybe Philip's run that pass play for 20, 25 years. Who knows? He might have more insight and knowledge on a pass play than anybody walking the earth today. So for Riley to be able to sort of soak up some of that knowledge, and really for all of us who love football to be able to sit in there and soak up some of that knowledge, it's really fun and I think really valuable for a young quarterback.
Nathan.
Jim Bob, as we've had a half dozen or so games since the bye for you guys, and you've looked at the way teams have attacked your guys' rushing attack and Jonathan Taylor in particular, how much weight do you put on maybe the way folks have attacked you guys schematically on defense differently over the course of that time with JT's production going down versus just the ups and downs that you guys have had at quarterback and how that may have changed the offense a little bit?
Yeah, it's a really good question. It's really nuanced, the reality of the thing. I do see people trying schematically to do what they can do to have an extra hat available if Jonathan Taylor does get through that first or second level of the defense to try to limit the number of explosive runs, something that obviously we've popped some explosive runs as the year's gone. I see defenses really schematically working to give themselves the best chance to limit those things. And then on offense, when everything's sort of clicking at a high level in the pass game and the play action game and the run game, all that stuff feeds off each other. All that stuff works together. When you get one of those things cleaned up a little bit, the other one starts going a little bit better. So we're working as a whole to move the offense forward and go score enough points, one more point than the opposition to go get us a win each Sunday. But it's a really competitive league. We're playing against the best in the world, and we're competing against the best in the world, and we're we're throwing our punches, they're throwing their punches, we're counter punching, they're counter punching. Every team's going to have different ways they do that, but it's the nature of an NFL season to have a few ups and downs. I think we clean a few things up here or there in all facets of our offense. It might open up a little bit of everything. So we're looking to find ways to do that, fix a few problems, eliminate a few negative plays, and sometimes just eliminating a few negative plays. You look up and you find a few big plays, a few explosives out there. So it all does work together this time of year.
And then recognizing that you guys still have one game left to go and could still have a great rebound performance in Houston on Sunday. And I don't know how much time you've really given to reflecting on this yet, but what have you made in times that you have been able to, just with the stark high of the start of the year, 8-2, this offense hitting some historic paces and the way things have dropped off and what you guys have been in charge of trying to handle to get back to where things were in September and October?
Yeah, I haven't done the long off-season version of the past year reflection or the past season reflection quite yet. Obviously, we started off pretty hot. We've had our ups and downs as the year's gone. We've had different challenges that have arisen, and we fought like crazy to sort of fight those challenges right back and take on those challenges head on. But it's something we'll definitely do a lot of reflection on and look to see where we can improve in the future. We're sort of one day at a time, 1 week at a time this time of year, locked in, focused on these Houston Texans, who are quite the challenge themselves on defense. So there'll be time for reflection. I know this is y'all's last time to talk to me for a little while, but I'll probably have a little better thought process on that in a few weeks.
I think. Thanks.
Chap, last question.
Yeah, Jim Bob, I know it's not priority one, winning is priority one, but what would it mean if you guys can get JT the rushing title, or he gets the rushing title, however you want to put it?
I think it's like you said at first, we're locked in, focused on trying to win this game. I think, in order to win this game, we're going to have to move the ball and score some points. It's a really good defense. They played high level defense all year. The run game is going to be a big part of that thing. So if it goes well, we probably will be running the ball with some success. Those stats kind of come and go. Always happy for our guys when they get these accolades and sort of statistical achievements. But we're focusing on winning. He's focusing on winning. it all usually works together. When you focus on the right sort of goal, okay, when you set yourself towards the right goal, you work your process like crazy, heading that direction. Good things tend to happen. So we're gonna operate with the mentality and the goal of trying to win this game this week, and whatever it takes to get that done, we will look into doing. And some of those statistical things may come about because of that.
Don't you sort of have somebody? I mean, you'll know in the fourth quarter. Hey, he needs X. Don't they keep you apprised just in case he's right there knocking on the door?
I think I think all those things are trackable. We can always track stats and all that stuff. We got all the information around us here, and I'm sure if that's worth keeping an eye on, we'll make sure we keep an eye on it.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Jim
guys.
Bob. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.